Assalamualaikum. My name is Iza Hamzah from Azrul. I'm from class 80240-2B and welcome to this presentation on Chapter 3 of AGR499, which covers growth, phenology, and development. In this video, we'll explore the concept of phenology, what it means, why it matters, and how understanding it can help farmers and agronomists to boost agricultural productivity. Okay, next for introduction. What is phenology? The definition of phenology is the study of the timing of recurring biological events in the animal and plant world, the causes of their timing with regards to biotic and abiotic forces, and the interrelation among phases of the same or different species. For example, in wheat farming, phenology helps us track when the plant germinates, start growing leaf, begins flowering, and eventually matures for harvest. Next is the stages of phenological development, also known as phenophase. Let's break down the key stages in a plant life cycle. For first stage, germination. Germination defined as a plant with four or fewer leaves. For example, seedling, which means a seed sprouts and forms a seedling, which typically has four or fewer leaves. Next is vegetative stages. Vegetative defined as a plant with four or more leaves that has not flower or fruit, which means the plant now has more than four leaves but hasn't started flowering. This is when the plant is focused on growing. Next is flowering stages. It defines as a plant that has begun to flower but doesn't have fully developed fruits yet. Next is fruiting stages. Fruiting defined as a plant that has fully developed fruit. And the last stages is senescence. This is the final stage, defined as a plant that is completely dead, indicate by lack of green leaf, fruits, or stems. These stages help farmers identify what action to take at each point in the plant's development. Okay, furthermore, I will talk about why phenology is important in agriculture. Phenology is not just an academic, but is a powerful tool for improving crop management. First, for crop management, a farmer can plan planting, irrigation, and harvesting more effectively. For example, knowing when germination ends and vegetative growth begins tells a farmer when to start fertilize. Next is for pest and disease control. Certain stages are more vulnerable, like flowering. For instance, many insects attack during flowering or early fruiting stages, when plants are tender and rich in nutrients. Finally, is for maximizing yield. Knowing when plants reach peak photosynthesis helps in timing fertilizer uses. For example, the leaf area and chlorophyll content tend to peak just before flowering. This is when the plant is producing the most energy. Okay, next is environmental and genetic influences. A plant's development is shaped by both genetic and environmental factors. For genetic influence, every plant species and even different variety within a species has a genetically set life cycles duration. For example, some rice varieties measure mature in 90 days, others in 130 days. For next, for environmental factor. First is the temperature. Higher the temperature can speed up the development of plant. Next is rainfall or moisture. Too little water can delay or reduce flowering and fruiting. Next is light or daylight. Some crops flower only when the day reach a certain length. Lastly is soil nutrients. Poor soil may slow vegetative growth and delay reproduction. These factors interact with the genetic to determine how fast and successfully a plant grows. Okay, next is practical application. Phenological data is now used in modern farming technology. Smart irrigation systems can adjust watering schedules based on a crop's phenological stages. Precision agriculture uses sensor and satellite data to track plant development, helping farmers make informed decisions. For example, all palm plantations rely on phenology to time pruning, fertilization, and harvesting. Monitoring flower imitation and fruit development helps to ensure peak harvest cycles and prevent over or under harvesting, which can impact oil yield. And lastly, for conclusion, to sum up, phenological developments give us a clear window into a plant's life cycle from germination to senescence. Understanding these stages isn't just for scientists, it's essential for farmers, agronomists, and plantation managers who want to improve crop yield and timing. Understanding these stages is vital for efficient crop management, pest control, fertilizer application, and adapting to climate change. By observing phenotypes and knowing how genetic and environment interact, we can make better decisions, like when to irrigate, fertilize, or harvest. Um, it also helps us adapt to climate change and reduce crop loss from pests or drought, making agriculture smarter and more sustainable. Okay. Thank you for watching this video presentation on Chapter 3, which is Growth, Phenology, and Development. I hope this helped you understand how phenology influences crop production and why it is important in the field of agriculture. That's all from me.